Greetings, people of Earth. Welcome back. My name is Jax, and today I am talking about the things I wish I knew in university. Yesterday I talked about high school. Today's university. As I said yesterday, I didn't have like an amazing high school experience. I didn't have a bad high school experience. I didn't dread going to high school. I didn't love going to high school. Just kind of there. Place to learn, place to have some weird experiences and stuff like that. However, I freaking loved university. I had such a good experience. I had so much fun. I went to the University of Alberta, which is in Edmonton, which was probably the worst part of it, which is still not that bad. A lot of people hate on Edmonton, but I thought it was really fun and I had the best time. I met all of my close friends. I experimented. I came out as gay. I explored the whole world. I was in a frat. I loved it. I thought it was so much fun. And I look back on it as like the wildest time of my life and I don't regret it one bit. So there are a few things that I wish I had done. And then I just have some general advice of what you should really try and do in university, what you should try and stay away from, and that kind of stuff. So the first thing, just like high school, I wish I'd done more activities. I was part of an astronomer club and a few things like that, but I didn't end up going to a whole bunch of the meetings or stuff like that. But you know, most universities, the first few weeks of campus, they have like rush, so you can like try and join a frat or a sorority. There are activities and clubs that are looking for new members, you know, scuba diving and all kinds of crazy stuff. And I wish I had really gotten more involved with that stuff. I was very busy. Like I was still working and I was still doing stuff while in university. I've been working since the age of like 7. So like, I didn't have like the most time, but with my free time, I really wish I had done more and I had explored and joined a bunch of other clubs and done ridiculous stuff. And just try to figure out like who I was and stuff. I came out as gay like a week into being in university. I was just like, you know what? Like I've known this for 2 or 3 years now. So there we go. And so that definitely changed life a little bit. And I don't know, it was a really positive experience. Thankfully, within the first 2 years of coming out, I never had a negative experience. I had negative experiences later, but you know. So yeah, I wish I'd joined more activities. I wish I'd done stuff. I only discovered the university had an amazing gym, like, I don't know, in my last year, and I was really choked up about that because I love physical exercise and running and stuff. And had I known that the gym was available and super accessible and all this stuff sooner, I would have done it every single day. And so there's just so much that you need to you need to really explore your university. If you're going to a physical university, please explore it, go everywhere, you know, get a tour, do orientation week, whatever it is, like figure out what is there and the proximity of things. You know, there were a bunch of bars and clubs and stuff in university, like on campus and off campus. And I wish I'd figured out that stuff a little bit sooner because it would have made the experience just even better, even though it was already amazing. So yeah. Yeah, okay. So now the next one, I wish I'd focused more on my schoolwork. So especially in this first 2 years, I had a lot of fun. I explored. I did it all. You know, and I don't have any regrets about that. What I do have regrets on is partying the night before an exam. I think everyone has to do that at least once, but don't do it more than once. You know, just like I never dropped below 3.5 GPA out of 4. I don't know what GPA scale you guys use, but ours is out of 4. And I never dropped below a 3.5, but I did get a 3.3 and a 3 on midterms. And that was a little bit devastating. Not gonna lie, that hurt. And maybe it's just like perfectionism or whatever, but I wish I had focused a little bit more on the subject matter, things like that. University is not high school. They don't hold your hand as much. You know, I was always told in high school that teachers in university are going to be really strict. That's not true. Teachers in university just don't care. You know, they've got 200 students and you are not special. And so they are not going to make sure and be hounding you for assignments or exams, and they're not going to like give you all of this stuff. So that was the big thing that really shocked me was oh boy, I am on my own for my learning and my education. And, you really do have to balance exams and social life and homework and all of it. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I think we're all fairly aware of that, but it's just something that I'm like, man, I wish I had focused a bit more on that. I said it before, but explore and experiment. I felt like I was able to really explore and do so much. I met some amazing people who I'm still super close with today. I love them to bits, and it was just like such an exceptional time. It was so much fun, and I'm really proud of myself that I embraced that, because as a high school kid, I was pretty quiet. I was pretty, non-confrontational. I didn't want to try new things. I was happy in my little bubble. I'd go skiing by myself, that kind of stuff. Um, and I'm really glad that I like broke out of that quite a bit, and I had so much fun. I really think one of the super best ways to make friends in university is through clubs. If you're interested in Greek life and like fraternities and sororities and that kind of stuff, you can do that. It ended up that wasn't really for me, but I'm still like friends with some of the people I rushed with and I was in the fraternity with. So, and that was wild because I wasn't even there that long. Like I was only there for a few months, but yeah, just get out there, put yourself out there, meet people who have interests that you have interests in. My university had a Tolkien club, like the guy who wrote Lord of the Rings. It was a specific club just all about Tolkien, and they had like bake sales where they sold like lambus bread, which was from Lord of the Rings or something. So like, there were so many niche interests, the astronomy, the scuba diving, the sailing, like there were so many people who had passionate ideas about different things. And it's such a great way to meet people. And I'm telling you, a lot of your like long-term friends can come from like a university or a college experience. It's wild. So definitely do that. And the final piece of advice I have, I did this fairly well. Thankfully, a bunch of my friends did this even better. But take pictures, take videos. Our phones are everywhere, and so just like turn the video on and you'll be able to look back on your university life and actually remember it, because sometimes you're not always like 100% mentally there, if you know what I'm talking about. So take photos, take videos, record, your best friends laughing together. If you're having like a ridiculous night, just like turn on the record. You're not going to regret it. And if 2 nights later when you're sober and you're listening to the tape, you're like, oh, I gotta delete this, okay, well, you might regret deleting it. You won't regret having filmed it, because honestly, there were so many moments and special times that I get to look back on all the time, and I get flashbacks, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. This is so nice to remember that we were these wild, ridiculous people. We still are. Like we're not boring, but there's just something about being in university that like brings out this excitement, and you're away from your parents, or you're away from as much parental oversight as you were before, hopefully. And it's such a good experience. So embrace it, love it. Do more activities, that kind of stuff, but don't let your grades collapse, especially if you're doing like, this is going to be like super informational, but if you're planning to do like an additional degree or a master's or something, you really need to like work super hard in your first few years, because like I found fourth year classes were easier than like second year classes. And they say that like, oh, well, they try to make second and first year classes hard so that you know what you're getting into. But then you get into like fourth year classes and they're just like, okay, we just want an essay from you at the very end of the year. Good luck. And it's like, really? That's it? Okay. And that's just my interpretation of the schoolwork and the stuff like that. So yeah, but explore, find out what is in your university and what is available to you. Make friends, do things that you like to do, and you will make friends. It's really simple. Especially in university, it's simple. In high school, it's simple. As soon as you become an adult, it becomes slightly harder to make friends. It's possible. Maybe I'll do a video on that. But university is such a good time to meet people, because everyone is sort of solidifying who they want to be as a person. And if you can make friends while you're all sort of in flux, trying to figure out who you are, I swear you can be bonded for life, because some of my friends, like, cradle to grave, that's how it's going to be. So there you go. That is things that I wish I knew in high school or university, and things that I think are really important in your university experience. So thank you guys so much for watching. I let me know your university experiences, because just like in the high school one, some of you are in university right now, some of you are going to university, some of you went to university in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and I would love to hear how your experience went. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the video, like the video, and as always, I will talk to you guys tomorrow.